Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a second game of round 2 of the VocTer Gaming UK Open number 2. This is going to be a TVT, and we are now in the game. I'm not sure what the score is because they weren't able to tell me in time. It's the second game, I'm not sure who's ahead, but hopefully we'll be able to predict it from how well these players do in game. And I just brought up the name tag, so pretend you didn't see that. So, ladies and gentlemen, spawning in the top right hand corner of Antigua Shipyard, playing as the Orange Terran for Team MF, I think, we have Ceon, or just MFCeon. We'll work that one out later. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Antigua Shipyard, playing as the Green Terran for Team TLR, we have Simba. So there we go, we are now getting into it. What little I know about these players is Simba is WCS UK, and there we go, there's the score. The score is 1-0 to Simba. Simba is WCS UK, did very well, knocked out Bling in the lower bracket, which was very impressive. Whereas Ceon is a very impressive player from who has appeared in a couple UK Opens, I believe, in the past. And Simba doesn't actually realise that I am in the game. So, sup Simba, that is very nice. I will tell him later. He didn't even realise. I am his manager and his caster, so he now realises that I am in the game. So at the moment we are going to see gas is already down for Ceon, and the gas has just started for Simba. So Ceon going for that earlier gas and putting his barracks further away from the ramp in pretty much the same position as Simba. So we're seeing the same build in a different order from both players. If you're wondering what the mic cutting out is, because my USB was just a little bit out, I have just fixed it. So no worries on that one. And Simba is going to get this SCV in, do a bit of a scout around. We'll see the barracks and how complete it is, and is going to do a bit of a joust with this SCV here. Going to continue to dance around, get as much scouting information as possible. Whereas in Simba's base, Simba is throwing down a hidden supply depot just so he can get the vision of this little area here, just in case there's some sneaky shenanigans like the Reaper, which is exactly what Simba's doing right now. Very unusual to see Reaper these days, but with the new patch that will be coming out fairly soon, we may see it become a lot more common. However, Ceon is about to have out his first Marine, so he will be able to defend against it if he can out-micro it, and he will get out his second Marine fairly soon. Actually, it looks like he's going to throw out a tech lab and go straight for tanks, I think, with this factory, unless he's going for really early Banshees, which I doubt because he hasn't thrown down a second gas yet. But the Reaper has finished up for... Ooh, did Ceon spot that? He has now, because Simba is coming back and just picking off that free SCV, unless he's not paying attention. But he does go back and get it, and is going to throw down his first Marine and his command center for the expansion. We are seeing a Marauder on the way for Ceon, going to try to help deal with this. That will make it very easy to deal with this, unless the Marauder does get outrun or out-microed. We will see how well Simba's Reaper micro really is. We're going to head in, we're going to follow this Reaper right now and see his mission. Combat Shield is on the way for Simba, and the Starport is on the way for Ceon. Here we go, let's see what the micro is like, dancing away from the Marauder. Marauder was A-moved to the wrong position, the Marine is already here, and this Reaper will go down. Oh, it does live! Very nice there, Marauder coming in, and down it goes to the joust, manages to get one more SCV before it reaches its untimely demise. So that was actually not that bad. If we have a look here, that is the wrong button. Commander. There we go. 4 workers killed by Simba and 1 unit killed by Ceon. So not bad at all there by Simba with that micro. And it looks like it is actually going to be Banshees. We have it rallied across. He just doesn't have the gas though. He didn't build that second gas really that early. So he can't get Cloak yet. He's building the first Banshee. Second gas has just completed, so he will get Cloak when he has that 200 gas. But I really would have preferred to see him throw that down earlier. I guess he was doing it to possibly hide. And we're going to see Banshee, Hellion, and a single Marauder. So if the Marauder's even sent out, it may just be kept for defense. So this is very interesting right now out of Ceon. Two Hellions meeting in the middle. Going to see if they can poke out and do some damage. Orbital Command transforming for Simba, who is just continuing to go for this Marine composition, which could die actually really badly to this Hellion attack, which is currently just chilling in the third base to check in if there was some really greedy build coming down. These are going to have to be some pretty epic Marine splits by Simba, rallying to a very odd position here, but his Marines are all grouped up. If those Hellions do decide to poke in, it could be catastrophic, but his Marines are actually well, they're not anymore. They were in a really good place to deal with this Banshee that's coming in. This could be interesting. Banshee is going to fly in, probably get some SCV kills in the back. Simba just regrouping his Marines at the top of the ramp, making sure he stays safe. Where is the Banshee? Needs to send it in. Sion seems to be leaving a lot of units idle all the time. He's getting siege mode, getting tanks at the moment, just going for all of the tech. He appears to have swapped his starport over to nothing. That is interesting. He hasn't even thrown down a reactor on it. He's throwing down a Viking. And here we go. It looks like this is going to be an all-in out of Sion. Not bringing his SCVs. There's a scan going down by Simba, so he sees all of the tech buildings. So he will be able to help out here. And the Banshee does get in. I'm guessing it got a few kills, but there's a turret going down. And the Marines were there. They're still there, so this Banshee isn't going to be able to get anything done. There is no cloak here for Sion. Decided to go without it. And two bunkers going down at the front for Simba, going to try and keep himself extra safe. He does have the expansion, so he does have the extra economy. However, Sion has spent all his money on units here, so he's just spent. So he's going to have a lot more stuff, basically. This tank beginning to shuffle its way forward. You can see at the top of the... you can see up there. He can possibly use this Banshee for vision if he decides to bring it down. Or if these Marines decide to push a little bit too far. And there goes a Viking being used for the high ground vision. That's very nice. He's trapped Simba in here. He needs to get this tank in range of these bunkers without playing it too risky, though. That's where it's going to be interesting. More tanks pushing forward, and this is a very nice contain here. Very risky. Oh, the Marines stim past, but do take a big tank shot. No medevacs yet for Simba, but he now knows exactly what's going on. Putting back, making sure he isn't in range, but one of the tanks is in range of this tech lab, so that's going to be very useful. We'll be able to pick that off. However, the only thing not researched from it is the concussive shells. And it looks like Simba is going without that. He's just going to go for a stim push. Banshee pushing in as well. And Sion is being incredibly annoying for Simba right now. A couple of Marines being sent up to deal with this Banshee, but they need to stay out of the way, splitting themselves to try and dodge attack shots. Only one of them dies to that. Fairly nice there. More tanks sieging up there, also in range of this reactor and this supply depot. This is very nice right now out of Sion. Just laying siege to Simba's base. Good positioning here in general. Banshee pushing forward, trying to take the risk, choosing not to stim. Doesn't have that much, and good kill there, getting two Marines. And this is a really nice contain here. And here come the SCVs. Looks like Simba is just going to push out and try to smash through everything. I wouldn't be surprised if he uses the units up there to try and lure the tank shots. And here we go, stimming forward, using the units on the top high ground to lure the tank shots. Marines and SCVs getting stuck on each other. He takes down the bunker, using Marines on the high ground to take out the first tank. The second tank taking a couple shots, but it's doing so much damage to this Marines. SCVs falling left, right, and center, but Simba does break free, and Sion is in full retreat. The medevac gets away. The Banshee was killed off, and a lot of tanks were killed off. If we have a look at the resources lost tab, that was pretty impressive there. Not resources lost. We can see that Simba lost a lot more there though, but because Sion's units were so expensive, the resources wise, it's actually fairly even. Simba has managed to stay alive because he killed off a lot of gas worth for units, being all those being that Viking, all those tanks, also managing to take down a bunker. So very nice there out of Simba, managing to break out of that fairly well, but really good contain out of Sion. Managed to make Simba have to sacrifice a lot of stuff, a lot of SCVs here, but he has no expansion. So if we have a look at the unit count right now, we can see that Sion is ahead in SCVs, but he has nowhere to use them. The expansion is now down, but he's not been mining for as long. We can see Simba is a bit ahead in the mineral count, not anymore because it is dancing up. But Sion's contain was able to do the job it was meant to, and he's moving back into position here. But Simba already has a lot of Marines here, and attacks moving forward in their high DPS single damage mode, steering forward, trying to get in good Marine splits, separating out all the Marines, moving some around the side. He's easily going to be able to take down these tanks, Very nice, not losing that many Marines. It gets both Medivacs as well, and will get both these SCVs. Very nice by Simba. Good micro, and he's managed to bring himself ahead in supply. And using these Medivacs, it looks like he's going to go for a counter drop to try and do some serious damage to Xeon right now. And as we can see, Xeon still only on 4 production buildings, 1 factory, what's going to be 2 barracks, and 1 starport without any add-ons on it. This is just a bit too risky, I think. He's just not teching enough. He had the economy, he was ahead for a while, but he's not doing anything with it, whereas Simba, as we can see, is on 3 barracks, all with reactors, and a starport, getting out those medevacs for when he needs them, and is already researching his +2, already has +1/+1, but these medevacs are about to move in and take out a huge amount of SCVs. There's the drop into the mineral line, and there's nothing here to defend. There's the medevac's going to be able to heal these Marines quite a bit. Here comes the medevacs from Xeon trying to heal these SCVs, and not enough Marines coming to help out. The command center goes down, and Xeon doesn't have enough Marines here. Simba pushing forward, doing so much damage. SCVs being brought into bear, but the medevacs healing up everything right now, and these Marines are just living so long. The tank is sieging up. There's already one on the high ground dealing the damage, and Xeon will hold, but losing that main command center is just devastating right now. And during this time, Simba has used a couple of Marines to take the center of the map. He has a huge amount of Marines at home. Just producing off these reactors is so quick. And he already has an armory as well for if he wants to tech up. And he's just going to use this command center right now, take his third, whereas Xeon is pushing out again with the same composition. 2 tanks. He knows his opponent has mass amounts of Marines. He's going to try and use attacks to deal with them. But the thing is, Simba can see it. He's going to push forward straight away. He's going to get in before they siege and do some serious damage. Good splits, and GG from Xeon. And Simba takes this series 2-0. I apologize, I couldn't bring you the first game in the series, but this means that Simba will now be moving on to the round of 4, and he will be playing Barbaric, so that will be very interesting. I will see if I can jump to the other side of the bracket and get a game from there. Otherwise, I will be bringing you Simba's game, so thank you all for watching, and see you all next time.